crazy. I mean, my older brother set it up for me to be able to.
Yeah, good segue.
To get out there. It was the night of a Wale concert at Rams Head. We pull up to Towson. I'm sorry, we pull up to Security Mall finish line, drop our money off. We got to pick our pairs up in the morning. My homeboy didn't have his pair. We sneak into Owens Mills Mall. We hang out by Athlete's Foot, just chilling in the cut by Athlete's Foot, like behind the doors. You start hearing footsteps, everybody running in the mall. We sprint over to Foot Locker and first in line. And for my boy to get his pair. Since I already have my pair chilling at the mall, I just sold my place in line for like $20.
Yeah, got some money real quick. Yeah, so we was talking about Jordan 11s. This is the shoe?
Yeah. So I was telling them about that carbon fiber midfoot shank plate that Mike had Tinker put in the sneaks to take the pressure off his knees around that 96 season. That's what I was talking about. Carbon fiber in the middle of the foot. It's a shank plate to absorb the pressure off your knees when you run and jump and doing athletic shit. You heard? But we can get back to it. What are we talking about? Questions?
Yeah, questions. We're going to do some questions. So what's the first shoe that you remember wearing? Like for me, the first shoe I'm ever pictured in is a Jordan 6 back when I was a baby. That's my baby shoe. Yeah. But that's like the first Jordan I ever had. What's the first Jordan you ever had?
Wow, the first Jordan I ever had is embarrassing. It's more impressive about my little brother. My little brother had the Bugs Bunnies, the 8s when they retro. I had like a Jumpman Pro or some it was this Jordan, it was a pair of Team Jordans, and they had like this plastic removable midfoot shit or something like that. But this guy that worked at my dad's job told me he would get me my first pair of Jordans for me if my grades were of a certain caliber.
Yeah.
Grades was of a certain caliber. He held his end of the bargain. He went to the store and just grabbed whatever fucking Jordan he could find. I'm grateful for it in hindsight, but because he didn't have to do that. I wasn't his kid or nothing like that, but it was definitely not no series edition heat. You know what I mean? But I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. I think my first Jordan was the Bread 4. Yeah. Used as fuck. It already had the I bought it from somebody from a Facebook group. It already had the back tab gone on one of them.
Cracked off.
Yeah. But I think I paid like $70 for them.
Yeah, you can't beat
that.
And
I love that shoe, so I was like, nah.
Was it a countdown pack? Did it have a Nike Air on the back?
It must have been. I mean, so this would have been like 2011 that I got them.
Yeah.
So whichever was the one that came out. Like,
right it's giving that. Countdown pack.
Because then I think it was the 2012 that they did them again, right? And then I got one of those back when you could still like camp out for shoes and everything.
Yeah.
I remember.
I was in the trenches.
Yeah.
You talked about KD's. I was outside PG Plaza. I guess PG Plaza. That's where House of Hoops was for the Weatherman. Me and like 500 people, and they picked 10 people. And I remember they called my name. I was like, "Yo, bro, this is cap. This is not even real." 500 people outside. You sprint to the front, man. The crazy thing is that always bother me about sneaker releases. They'll escort you in, but they will not escort you out. And the heathens is outside waiting. Oh my gosh. So yeah, thankfully my older brother kept me in proper alignment with protection. So grateful for him.
I really do miss camping out for shoes though.
Yeah.
Like that was when I feel like I met like a lot of people who like it's like when it was easier to like meet people who were like part of the culture. You know
we
what
talked
I mean?
about it
like,
earlier.
I remember camping out for the it was either the Bel Air 5s or the Gamma 11s at Social Status in Greensboro.
Okay.
And there was a dude. It was cold as fuck because it was December, so it must have been the Gammas.
Yeah.
And some dude had a like a carafe of like hot apple cider.
Yeah.
Just passing it around, like not selling it or anything. And I was like, dude, this is fucking cool. And now it's like, I don't know. It's totally different now.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I like now. I don't have to leave my couch to try and get releases and everything. And working in a place like this, it's easier to touch stuff than ever. But like, I don't know. You had to kind of work for it a little bit back then. You had to sacrifice a little bit. Like
so back to that point, Wale had just put out Chillin'. We spoke about it earlier when I went to go get the Yeezy ones, the Blink pair. They had 5 pairs at Shoe City and Security Mall. The other 4 people in front of me in line was all Wale's homeboys. So they go to the car. They got me like Chillin' merch tee. I got to walk away with that. And it was so communal. Everybody at my school knew I was like pursuing these shoes that weekend.
Yeah.
When I came back to school on Monday, they announced the fact that I got them on the announcements. I walk into school with flip-flops on and in the bag, and then like a little grocery bag, plastic grocery bag with the shoes in it, but nobody knew. So I walk in, lunch, this, that, and no, breakfast, my bad. Walk in, like, you ain't get them. I'm like, no, man. I put the shoes on the table. I rip the bag open. They go crazy. They go dumb. Yeah, everybody delivers. nail med, piercing, aftercare. But no, they go crazy. They put it in announcements, shit like that.
Yeah, the last shoe I think I camped out for was the Dog Walker SB 420.
Yeah,
I remember it was like I always wanted any SB that came out on 420. I was trying to grab.
I wonder why.
Yeah, my my twin brother put me on. He had got the Skunk Dunks back then in like it's 09, whatever it was.
Okay.
2010. Got him back then. So like this year go around, I'm there. I'm waiting 4 hours. It's cold as hell. I'm at the local skate shop. There's one skate shop in North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina, that's getting the shoes. Only one.
Yeah.
I got maybe a size run, if that.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm waiting 4 hours. End up getting it.
You lucky motherfucker. That's
Didn't even
crazy.
get my size, so all I did was just turn around and sell it as soon as I got
that's
the line.
crazy.
But that was the last one I did camp out for.
Yeah. Last one. I guess we're here.
Yeah.
Let's talk LeBron 8. I camped out for the LeBron. Well, I was supposed to camp out for the LeBron 8, and I'll say the story because my boy was with me. Damian Lee was with me when this happened. I wake up late. I'm on I was supposed to camp out, didn't camp out. I missed the release in the morning. South Beach 8 is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I drive instantly because once you start calling around at stores, I feel like they start lying.
Yeah.
They're going to tell me they don't got it, but they got, all right, fuck it, I'm on the way. So I go to Foot Action in Security Mall again, and they didn't have none. They laughed at me. I asked if another store might have them. They didn't, so I call over to different stores in Mondawmin. Everybody's telling me no, but I pull up. DTLR had like a 7 and an 8.5. I grabbed the 8.5, but I'm distraught. I'm trying every which way to get my foot in this 8.5. I'm a 10.5. I'm taking a sole out. I just wanted to be able to wear it that night. Figure it out on the back end with the sneaker exchanges or whatever the case is, but I needed it on my foot that night.
Yeah.
I go to the barbershop, and the dude who owned the barbershop was like, man, what's wrong with you? Why you look like that? Because he know me. I'm like, man, I did this, I got an 8.5. I need a 10.5. He like, what? I'm like, man, why you acting like that? I'm just mad about some shit. He like, no. Somebody just left. They got a 10.5, need an 8.5.
Oh, worked out.
Yeah, and he tried to finesse. He tried to call a play and charge us both $20 for the connection and stand the third. He charged him. He did not get me. But we got the swap out. I got the 10.5, and it was what it was. I wore him into the Soul Turn colors, and then I was able to still get what 500, 600, 700 for him at that time. So yeah, shit was cool. That was the beauty of like when all of this shit felt like wearable art. It still does to a certain degree, but I feel like now it's far more turn and burn than it was back then. Back then, I took pride in the fact that I could. To your point earlier about that cracked bread 4, it might have been my bread 4 type shit. Wear them all the way down into the crack and they midsole crumbling this, that, and the third, and you can still get more than retail. And as long as I was copping at retail, I felt like, you know, man, I got my shit off.
Like what you were talking about earlier with the storytelling. Like to me, like the storytelling of like the Jordans back then. Maybe they were releasing as many as they are now, but like it felt more significant.
It was different
when they released one, and there was always kind of like a reason for it. It wasn't just like a new colorway of this thing. Like it always felt like there was more, and that's like what I've always loved about like SBs too, because like the storytelling of it, and that's like, you know, Kiel was talking earlier about like all this, you know, like I know about like fashion, like I read about it and everything. I just love like the stories. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that really is like what makes it like fun.
Right now, Nike could come out. What brand are they on now? 22 or something along those lines? 22 or some shit like that. They could come out with the pre-order for LeBron 28 and get pre-orders right now just because of the story that is LeBron James. No image necessary, but they could put a pre-order up for that. It might not cater to our world, but overseas, them kids that's hanging on to everywhere LeBron got to say. And if they had to, or let's use a Travis Scott for example. Yeah. Let's use a Travis Scott where they're using that silhouette that he has with the reverse Nike swoosh. They're treating that like his signature almost, right? Yeah. They could put the colorway up right now with no imagery, and it would come on, bro. Yeah. Just because of the storytelling that is Travis Scott. Now, granted, it's minimal storytelling going on right now, aside from the anomalies that are LeBron James, Travis Scott, all of these different people.
Few of the SBs.
A few. Even some of them feel tag contrived, like the Powerpuff thing and actually going through licensing as opposed to back in the day. Cease and desists are coming from Heineken. Yeah. It was just far more underground. Yeah. Granted, you can get away with a lot more then because of lack of like how fast things can like mail, internet, things like that. It was a tad delay, so it worked in your favor. Yeah. But nowadays, man, your ass will get sued quick.
Well, and that's a whole thing that I feel like.
But you can't care. If you Nike and you got the hammer to wait until Cool, what's his name? Cool Kai,
Yeah.
Cool Kiy, or a guy like John, who's my homie, get all the way to this level, and then blitz him. It's like, and don't get it twisted, Nike. I want my Duncan, so we're gonna get this shit in line. I'm not knocking y'all, but I got it to the truth. Come on, bro.
Well, even like them hitting Nego with the lawsuit last year when they've been making vapes for 2 decades.
Right.
Or not Nego, suing Vape.
Hitting Vape.
But now Nego has the collab with them coming out this year.
Yeah.
I need those. But
Yeah, and just a little bit of background. Nego got, well, like you said, that collab. People don't know, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or even if it came to life, but fourth quarter last year, I had dinner with Steven Victor where he told me all about how Nego's trying to buy Vape back.
oh, for real?
He's buying it back. It was like semantics about the numbers and this, that, and the third. But if he get Vape back, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Change everything.
Well,
Then we'll get them how we used to get them.
Yeah.
With the one line, not the double line on the heel.
More patent leather.
Come on,
Bring
bro.
the crazy colors back
Come
and don't
on,
mesh
bro.
nothing.
Make it worth it again. Right now, that's to me, and no knock, but that's like children's clothes. If it's just not Nego era or back, that's for my son.
That's actually how I met your brother.
Yeah.
He came in and I was wearing the 2006 Thors.
Okay.
The Marvel collab,
Yeah.
the old ones.
So his
Crack as
Instagram
shit.
is not as Big Ronnie now. It used to be Big Ronnie. I used to get all that shit from him back in the day. Double XLs and
Yeah.
size clothes. I'm putting it in a pot on the stove, boiling it, trying to shrink it down. I can't make this up. Boiling it, trying to shrink it down just for me to be able to fit it. I seen him 2 years ago. I came in town for my birthday. He had one of them old Bape sweatshirts that he gave me from back in the day. I gave it back to him. I demanded it on site. Like he took it off his body, left in a white beater. He gave me the shit off his back. Just from that exchange of what it was once was. That's how he met a lot of people back in the day when it was like just for kicks era type sneaker shopping. It was that hand to hand. It was those like deep intricate stories of like mom's basement, mom and pop shops clearing out Nike basketball shit from the 90s because you were in the store 2004, finding those hidden pockets and this, that, and the third. I remember he snaked me one time. Ben 23 Jordan 9. Nowhere around here had them. I begged our dad to take me to Cherry Hill Mall in New Jersey. Soon as I get there, as soon as my dad pull up, guess who I see in line?
Brother.
He like the third person in line. My dad was livid because he drove all the way to Jersey and I could have rolled with him.
Yeah.
And he got him and I didn't. And to this day, I still have not had a Ben 9. To this day. Look up Ben 9s if y'all don't know what that is. Too. They are individually numbered. They come with the wooden shoe tree on the inside. Very, very, very premium materials. That whole Ben series is underrated.
It does just feel, I don't know, like all these big brands like suing like streetwear brands, like Warren Lotus getting sued by Nike, like all these things we're talking about, like bootlegging and like ripping logos. That's like streetwear like 101.
That's par for
like
the course.
Original Supreme,
Man, Nike
like
know.
old, like all that stuff, like the Patagonia Supreme logo. What was that? 98, something like that. Like back in the 90s. Like these are like, you know, they booted the LV logo, got sued.
Yeah.
All for LV 20 years later to be like, hey, we'd like to collaborate with you.
Yeah.
It just is like, this is part of that culture, and it
Then
feels
I
like
think about it from the perspective of like, is it a negotiating tactic? Like I'm telling you about how Nego's trying to buy Bape back, or I don't know if it fell apart because this was like 8 months ago when I had that conversation, or if he already owns it now and he's got like a collection in the works that's going to debut soon, because it could be coming up for that. We'll find out quite soon.
Yeah.
But if they're working with him, he's in pursuit of trying to attain it back. Is it like a bit of tug of war?
Yeah.
Like if you sign this, we do that. If you do this, we'll do that. I do know that the whole business mantra of going direct to consumer and pulling out a product out of here, there, and there is the reason why we're getting all these phones right now. Is the reason why we're getting a PlayStation Air Force One right now. Is the reason why Yachty got that beautiful Air Force One coming right now. That
looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it's just real simple, chill.
But you gotta give us what we need. And the reason we get those products specifically, the flight posits, the phone pods, all them coming back, is because we're the generation built on nostalgia.
Yeah.
They know damn well all through the 2000s. I graduated high school 2010, a year early. So around that time, that's when we started getting the pump out of the pines, the eggplants, the coppers, all within that realm. We have the buying power now. They just went DTC, direct to customer. Soon as the time comes for them to need money again, like that conversation I was just telling you about that I had with them, where they were trying to own the voice of what's the inevitable now. Athletes owning their narrative. It just is what it is. You got to revolutionize. Don't stay in the past. Don't just chill right there. No, we're moving forward. That's it. What they got to do? They got to give us what we want. Don't be surprised if we're going to start getting a pump. type situation coming from the Nike SB department.
Yeah.
You see, they about to start coming with more Nike SB4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just different colors. Yeah. And they about to continue.
Same thing the way they did with the nodule now. They're pushing that.
You put that SB on the tongue, it changes things.
Yeah.
You can move product.
Yeah.
There's going to be SBs that come out like Air Force Ones in a second.
Yeah, like when they did the Jordan Forces back in the day.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
This
You
shit was
see.
cool.
You see.
This was real cool, though. I had all the 5 Fusions. I had all of those.
I still want
Black,
some, no cap.
White, red, and blue.
He from North Carolina, though.
Yeah,
That's
I had
exactly
all
why
of
he
them.
had
I
the-
had all of
Fusions was not the way back in the day, but I take
Nah.
a pair of Jordan 5 Air Force Ones right now and make them work.
Back
No
then, I was
cap.
wearing, like, we look kind of like the same age. So,
Yeah.
like, middle school, high school, but Forces was crazy. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I had, like, the West Indian Forces, the Puerto Rico Air Forces.
Yeah.
Anything.
I had the
Desert
She
Storm
Wallace
one.
Forces, navy
Yeah.
blue. You could get them 2 for $70 from Cinderella Shoes off Park Heights.
The Desert
That's
Storm,
something for
the
you.
Army Fatigue ones,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all those premium leather. That's
Yeah.
what they coming back out with. You're coming out with more Forces, more stuff like that. That's what I feel like they need to, because like we done grew up. So
Yeah.
that's what we like.
Yeah.
And that's the style that's in right now.
Yeah.
But what would you wear growing up here in Baltimore? What was an outfit, like an outfit that you would wear to go out growing up here?
Shit. Denim would fluctuate. It might be Y Project. It might be Yohji Yamamoto.
You were rocking Yohji?
Maharishi. Yo, you gotta know who my brother is, bro. You
Maharishi's
gotta know
crazy.
my brother is. I know who my brother is. It used to be a spot called Shop Gente in Baltimore, and they had all the Japanese brands.
That's crazy.
So think Manhattan and NYC,
Yeah.
but think Baltimore. And this guy, Oliver, who ran the shop, lived in Japan prior to him moving to Baltimore for whatever reason. I was
Yeah.
too young to remember, but he just had like this personal stash, and he was our shoe size. So in the back, he had like taxi SBs and like one of ones from, not one of ones, but just like limited run Adidas from Japan only, like
Yeah.
Japanese only type
Yeah.
stuff. And he had this bin of like used shoes that he would let me cop from. If my grades was up to par, so I'm buying like 5 pairs of shoes for $100 or shit like that. Or I worked at Smoothie King at a point in time. My manager had heat. He would take like, I'd give him $200. I might get LeBron 7s, white steel, Jordan 19s. Shout out to Brian Atkins from Smoothie King. He know. Bro, the LeBron 7s with the patent leather, his shit had like scuff bubbles all over the red air bubble and shit like that. But I was able to use my fingernail, get them off with the soap and water. I got stories for days, bro. We could talk crazy.
Even to this day.
But I'm gonna get back to your point.
Sorry, just to this day, those are brands that like I never see anywhere except for like in New York. Like when I moved to Philly and found Totem that had like engineered garments and Capital and things like that for retail, I was like, oh, I've never seen somewhere like this.
Yeah.
That's not in New York City. So you talking about like back in the day here, like Maharishi, Yohji,
easy,
like
easy.
Y Project.
But it
really
goes
like,
back to outlet shopping. So I knew I could get more for my buck at the outlets as opposed to in the mall.
Yeah.
So I was going to New York, going to Woodbury Commons. I was going to Lancaster, PA, playing in those different outlets and things like that. I learned about Yohji Yamamoto from being in an Adidas store. When you see that Y3 and then underneath you get the Yohji Yamamoto and you look up the price points, I was always intrigued by getting things for lesser than what they were worth.
Yeah.
And then using whatever I had within myself to make it worth more than what it was already ticketed at, type shit. So just believing in myself in that regard. And then as I grew older, mainly within like the past 2 years, I really started diving in on like monetizing my influence or like actually promoting my influence in a way that could be like spread to platforms like this. For me to be able to give back and shit like that. Not even from the perspective of hand-to-hand give back, but just knowledge, being able to talk to y'all and shit like that. You can't get the DG Reserve, now you know you. Now you know you type shit. Like, yeah.
Well, and like all the knowledge is like, to me, like what makes this stuff like fun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, because there's obviously like the flexing component. Like, not everybody has these shoes.
Yeah,
like, not everybody can afford this thing. Like, blah blah blah. That feels good too. But like, really, to me, I already touched on this. But like, what's fun about this stuff is like the knowledge, the culture,
oh
the
my
story
God,
of
yeah.
it. Like, that's like what really draws me.
Yeah,
draws me to like all this stuff. Like,
draws all us together. To your point though, back in the day, fit. If I'm giving fit, I could give you a fit. So the night of that Cool Grade that I was telling you about, I had on a Maharishi tee. I had on Rockin' Republic denim. I had on like this tan Gucci belt, but the Cross G buckle was it's my song by the way. Cross G buckle was like green, which matched the sole of the Blink Yeezys. Yeah. So that's like average fit.
All right, knowing that you're such an individual person, like you're not like anybody else. You know, you kind of
Appreciate
one
that.
on one, like the way with your style and everywhere
Appreciate
and how
that.
you carry yourself.
Appreciate that.
When it comes to like waves and everything, do you like follow up? Like, I'm guessing you don't follow waves, but like back in the day when you was coming up, did you follow waves? Like for me, like everybody was wearing tall tees and slap socks. Boom, I was wearing tall.
I
tees
wasn't
and
even
slap
allowed.
Socks.
I wasn't even allowed to wear tall tees.
It was crazy, and I used to
Yeah.
wear it with the sticker on. Real
Yeah,
demon mode.
so I wasn't allowed to wear tall tees. But answer that question, no. For me, it's always been design over designer.
Yeah.
For me, it's always been about like, if the two merge, where it's like design and designer aligned, cool. I've always been about the story though. Like from the very, very, very beginning, I've always been about the story. I'll buy a bad product if the marketing's good.
Yeah.
Can't lie to you. Like, I will buy the bullshit if the story's good. I bought Starburys. I didn't wear them,
too.
but I bought them.
Yeah.
$15.
Yeah,
Good marketing. Man, I'm with you.
15. I used to go play street ball and
So for me it was So for me it's always design versus designer. We can use like Rude for an example. They took that Marlboro tea, the cigarette brand, and kind of flipped it. They also took Honda Racing and kind of flipped. I could be bugging, but yeah, they took the Honda Racing tee and kind of flipped it. Balenciaga grabbed like a shit ton of vintage tees and do their iteration as well. Me, I'm the type of guy that's gonna figure that out, go find the original, and then
do something.
Yeah, do that. That's what I'm gonna do. Or even if everybody's going Balenci, I'm gonna dive more into Demna, discover Vetman, buy all the Vetman on the Essence sale, and then 3 years later, when it's booming because Balenci's doing this thing and Demna and Gurum are killing this, that, and that, now I got this archive of, and on Balenci hoodies they put the season embroidered on the top of the hood. So you getting fall winter 18, fall winter 19, spring summer
all those old.
on my man, come on, bro. And that's invaluable to me. So that's where I'm going. It's always more about what I liked and then finding the nuance of what was popular in a direction that I could like. Like for instance, when everybody went biker denim from Balmain, I'm looking up Christophe de Carnan, who predates Olivier Rousteing at Balmain, who designed biker denim. Now he's at he's at French Connection. I'm buying French Connection biker denim. My motherfuckers is buying Balmain biker denim, and they not even. It's a different realm. Come on, bro.
Well, it's the same thing. I mean,
you're like that too, though.
We're getting into like opinions, you know what I mean? But like my opinion, like as soon as Roosting came in, Balmain like dropped off like big time.
Yeah. From a quality perspective, you think?
Just like design and it just became like very like boring.
Yeah, but the influencer marketing went to the moon.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he was a
he don't care about that.
He was.
It's like Cam.
He was an
Kanye.
influencer, right? Like that was his whole.
No, that was his whole thing,
which is cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
glad he's doing his thing. It got a little bit boring to me.
Harsh truth.
But truth. But then it's the same thing with like Hetty, like the Dior stuff in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Then Saint Laurent, he completely revamped Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
Then he went over to Celine. He's still doing that like cokehead rock star thing over there.
Literally.
That he did at Saint Laurent. That he did at Dior.
Yeah.
He's keeping it consistent. He goes to these new brands and he's like, this is my fucking aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, just kind of like what you're saying, like you can follow this aesthetic through these brands based on who the designer is.
Oh, 1,000%.
And
it's no different than an artist who has a label.
Yeah.
Or has a sound that people grab and this, that, and the third. And you can spot the replicates as they walk in.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's your outfit though, Adam? Like that you would wear back in the day?
Yeah.
What's one of your outfits?
Honestly, it was.
Shout out to 501 Levi denim too, because that was like the wave. I was more nudies and Rockin' Republics than True Religion, just because the fit was slimmer. But 501s, if I had like the cutoffs going on, I didn't really like them all the way down to my ankle, but I was going cutoffs for sure. But
I was wearing mostly Hot Topic denim.
Okay.
Because for a while they were the only place I could really get real skinny jeans for men in like 2010, 2011.
Got you. I'm smaller than you, so I was in Saint Laurent. But yeah.
Vans, Jordan 4s, Jordan 1s, and band tees. Like, I was rocking, like, any band that I was listening to, I, like, came up in, like, the punk and hardcore and, like, death metal scene. And, like, that's a lot of the music I listened to. So it was a lot of that stuff. So then, like, when the vintage wave hit and everybody's rocking, like, old, like, Cradle of Filth tees, like, stuff like that, I was already, like, I'm with that. That's the same style.
2010, 2011, 2012, I'm likely in skate tees. I'm likely in high fashion denim. And on feet, I can't lie, I'm in brunch boots. I'm in Saint Laurent harness boots. I'm in, I forget silhouette names, but I had all them shits. I mean, I had all them shits, but high level. But the tees was definitely like Supreme, Stussy. I had the mixtape About Nothing Wale 10 Deep tee. That's probably still in my dad's storage somewhere. But yeah, trying to get to Commonwealth on the weekends. Wish in Atlanta. So on, so on, so on. Yeah.
I'm thinking outfit that comes to mind. It's like this is
A
2013.
Lux tall tee.
Nope, this is 2013.
With the extra large sticker.
We're gonna go 2013.
Okay.
I remember the year because it was the Fire Red Fives that came in.
He coming trim right now.
But I used to come. Nah, that was my best fit. But it's whatever. But this is like how I used to do. Just one brand, all boom, and then some Jordans.
Okay.
I'm from Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Really like styles. What I see is like you get the whole fit. So I was wearing LRG back then. I got the LRG camo pants, and then the panda with the joint coming out of his mouth, and the matching shirt. Like I was the kind of dude that like wore a matching shirt, matching hoodie type shit, and that's what I did. And
LRG
was
baked for the urban community though.
Yeah, back then like that was fire. I had the Fire Red Fives. Couldn't tell me nothing. Those came out right around the same time as the green, glow green 4s. Favorite Jordan 4 right there.
Yeah.
There's just a time.
That was an era.
Yeah, it takes me back to that time where it was still cool because the Weatherman phone pouches came out right then at that time too. Yeah, and I remember buying them all at Foot Locker.
Yeah, you told me about this outfit.
I told you. I know. I love it. I love it.
Fire Red Fives, legendary too. I need a good pair from them.
Yeah.
That was one of my back to school shoes. Fire Red 5.
Yeah, I like the Fire Red 5 with the red bottom though. Not with the black bottom. The black bottom is not cool. The red bottom that's what you gotta have. I don't like the black bottom. You gotta go red bottom. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's show you some stuff around the store. See what you think about it. Get your opinion.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's pull this down. Get a shot.
What you looking at in here?
Off rip.
Yeah.
Dornbecker 5.
Remember you looking at the Colette Forces the last time you were here.
Yeah. They intrigue me. These stick out in my heart. Sean's Air Max 97 1 sticks out in my heart because not only did I have them, but my girl at the time had them. I thought it was just wavy. Like I just thought it was wavy that she had them. It was so crazy. She gonna see this and be like, I did have them. Type shit. What else is sticking out in my head? With the P-Rod, I love these because I came up on them with the dump, which was like super unattainable. This is like super attainable, and I think that that's so cool. Yeah. You could get a good shoe off. It's not the most comfortable shoe. It's not the most comfortable SB, but you could get a good fit off. You can get a lot of wear out of this shoe.
He's another one who I like. I grew up watching his like skate videos and everything. You know what I mean? So like any of his old shoes, like Zach, our inventory guy, and I talk about it all the time. Like I don't know, every interview he just seems so down to earth, like such a kind guy.
He is, bro.
Then this came out, he's like, yeah, I just like mixed all my shoes together and made this. I was like.
And he's got so much fire under his belt at the Helmet Nike SB. And same girl I was just referencing, she got me that like Mexican colorway. It's like white green.
Yeah, it's the high top.
Yeah.
But this on the tongue. It's got the boxing glove on it. It's all white.
Yep, bingo. Yeah, so that I'm looking at that. I'm
came out Cinco de Mayo.
What else is in here? Laser 4, can't miss. I love this shoe. Of course, a Red October. Yeah, this is like Holy Grail S. Shout out to John. He jumped in the pool with these on. Boy went viral. Again, that Dornbecker 5. That's always going to stick out in my head. Presto from the 10. You ain't know I knew shoes like this, did you? See? Y'all think this... See, I come from this, bro. What else? Really moves me. And these, we were just talking about these the other day. I like anything Cactus Plant Flea Market is putting out right now. Shout out to Cynthia Liu. She studied under P, doing exceptional work. I would love to see her get her shine at Louis Vuitton. Okay, good. That'll probably be the only thing that could dethrone what Tyler just did at Louis Vuitton, in my opinion. But all under the realm of Pharrell. So these fire, especially in the smaller sizes. Black specifically, I love. Fun fact about me, I love finding things that like people deem everyday, and then you find a like more elevated version. Yeah, and I beat it to shit. Yeah. So they can look at it. How you doing? Yeah. But it's like, yo, bro, calm down. Yeah, it's mine for a reason. Yeah, and it's mine. And when I'm done with it, I'm gonna sell it to you for double what. Hello. Yeah. Type shit. That's all.
I remember doing that with my the first vape hoodie I ever bought. Like, just throwing it over the couch when I get home. My roommate was like, "You can't just throw that away." I'm like, "It is just a hoodie, dude. Like, at the end of the day,
it was my stuff."
You can tell when you walk around with that like air of like, that's when you get fucked up. Yeah. And you get mad when in reality you could have just been living your life. And
This is one of the pieces we just got in right here.
Yeah, it's fire.
It's a little denim chrome.
Like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Messages will just come. You get new shit in there, send it through, and then it goes to whatever mailing address I send. But yeah, it was some carpenters in it too that y'all had.
Yeah, we followed the carpenters. All the chrome heart jeans we had, we sold all of them. Really, we just got some shorts here. We got this. We keep a couple pieces. It's cool to just have it here, just so people can see it. Like, everybody in Baltimore, it's not gonna buy the chrome heart jeans.
Bro, I would have lived at this store. You know I'd have been taking public transportation to the store.
Yeah. There's so many people that come to the store just because we're the store with the chrome heart jeans. We're the store with the chrome heart shirt. We're the store with the chrome heart jewelry now. Like,
fire, bro.
It's the only place in Baltimore. I think the only place that sells chrome hearts is maybe Charm City. They got the chrome hearts glasses. That's it. Other than that, it's just DJ Reserve.
Cap. We don't know them. Cap. DJ Cap. DJ Reserve. DJ Reserve. What else? We done?
Yeah, just go look around the wall, see if you see anything else. So, the store, you got the case, main focal point. You know what I'm saying? Then we got everything organized in sizes. You just come, look up, see the size section. Boom. It's you. You look over here, you got the benches like at the ballpark. Sit down, chill. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff. Yeah, we got some stuff. I mean, like right now, what's really going in, it's Asics. Asics is like what's going. Everybody wants to wear a pair of Asics. Everybody can afford the Balenciagas. Yeah. Everybody can't afford a pair of Balenciagas. Go Asics. Yeah. So that's what's really going crazy for us right now. And of course, they do. Seeing and then Jordan 4s, of course. And
yeah, I love the fact that these came back out with the Nike on the back. All of these can be beat to shit and they still look good.
Yeah, I just wish that it make so many of them. Yeah. That's the only thing, like how they producing so many Jordans right now. Yeah, I agree. There's no reason they should have made 1 million of them shits.
I agree. But they gave us more of a variation as opposed to so much, such a highly populated shoe and just a more like populated brand. Give me 10 Jordan 4s in colorways that make sense as opposed to the amount of all of those 10 being produced in one color.
Yeah. Kind of how they did like with the West. Like they only made 100.
Sharpies. These came out in a pack, didn't they?
Yeah, it's the next one. It's right next to it.
Oh. Yeah, these trash. But these is cool, bro. I think I will play in this round coming off the heel of that influx of all the foams that's on the way. The Toppers, the DMVs.
They dropping those DMVs dropping this weekend. Yeah. They dropping this weekend. Yeah, cool. Got the Americana stuff up top.
Yeah.
Got the Keymaster. And our man Jake in here. Jake! What up?
What's up, champ?
My boy Jake in here. He coming through. Shout something. Yeah, man. A lot of cool shit. Yeah, that's a good one. It's an underrated. Like, years ago, people was on it so much.
Ronnie did this, right?
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, man. And then they did the high top for the females, and now they brought it back out. I still feel like you got to be from the era to like really fuck with the forces. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta understand Fat Joe. You respect Fat Joe and his pedigree within this space to respect shit like that.
I just remember Fat Joe watching MTV Cribs and him pulling out the forces and then just licking the bottom. Like these brand new Blanco on Blanco. Yeah. We was talking about the blue one.
Yeah, the blue one's beautiful. FTS, mandatory.
Yeah.